This could be the moment that changes everything for the Atlanta Falcons, a comeback, a turning point, a shot at glory that nobody saw coming. Can the Dirty Birds rise from the ashes and shock the NFL? Tonight, we break it all down, and trust me, you do not want to miss this. Atlanta Falcons fans, listen up. The wind is shifting, and things could be about to get very interesting for our team. Right now, the Falcons are slowly getting healthy, and if the stars align, we could be looking at a totally different season, one where Atlanta has a real shot to take down the Buffalo Bills. Yes, the Bills, the best team in the NFL right now, and yes, we could beat them. Here's the first big piece of news. Falcons head coach Raheem Morris is hopeful that A.J. Terrell, our top cornerback, will be back after the bye week. For anyone who's been watching, you know how much we've missed him. He hasn't played for the last 2 weeks, and while the defense hasn't collapsed without him, having A.J. back on the field is a game changer. His speed, instincts, and lockdown ability could completely tilt the balance when we face Josh Allen and that unstoppable Bills offense. From everything I'm hearing, A.J. is on track to play against Buffalo, and that is huge. But that's not all. After the bye week, we could also see key players returning from injury: Brillant Trice, Storm Norton, Troy Anderson, and Taquan Graham. Each of these guys brings something vital to the table. Storm Norton strengthens the offensive line, but Troy Anderson and Taquan Graham? They could add serious firepower to our defense. Even one of them back on the field gives this Falcons team a huge boost in areas where we already shine. Folks, the pieces are coming together. Health is returning at the perfect time. The lineup is looking stronger. And if the Falcons can put it all together, we might just rewrite the story of this season. So here's what I want from you: drop your confidence in the comments. How ready are you to see the Falcons take on the Bills? Are we talking upset of the year? Let me know. Your voice matters in this story. Alright, Falcons fans, let's get real for a second. People are out there saying our defense isn't that good. They're pointing to the 27 points we gave up to Marcus Mariota and acting like it's a disaster. But if you actually watch the games, look at the highlights, and dive into the stats, you'll see the truth. This defense is why the Falcons are 2-2 right now. Not the offense, it's the defense carrying us through. Check this out. The Falcons are currently number 2 in passing yards allowed per game. That's right, number 2 in the entire NFL. On average, teams throw for just 135 yards against us. And here's a little twist: the team right above us in that stat? Yep. The Buffalo Bills. Our Monday Night Football opponent. So not only are we getting A.J. Terrell back at the perfect time, but we're also already standing toe-to-toe with the best passing team in the league. Now, it gets interesting. The Bills are fantastic at stopping the pass, but they're terrible against the run, near the bottom of the league. That means if our running game shows up, the Falcons could exploit that weakness big time. Bean Robinson, anyone? This is a huge opportunity for us. And don't sleep on our secondary. It's one of the most talented units the Falcons have had in years. Even with A.J. Terrell out for the last couple of weeks, this defense has held strong. Billy Bowman, Jesse Bates, Xavier Woods, Mike Hughes, these guys are monsters. A.J. is a true number 1 corner, Bates is an absolute dog in the backfield, and even Mike Hughes, who has been a bit shaky, can be replaced by players like Clark Phillips, D. Alfred, or Natron Brooks if needed. Depth is there, and that's critical for what's coming. Because here's the deal: the next 5 games aren't going to be easy. Josh Allen and the Bills. Brock Purdy and the 49ers, who should be healthier next week. The Miami Dolphins, even without Tyreek Hill, they can surprise you. Drake May with the Patriots. And the Colts, who can always pull a trick out of nowhere. The Falcons secondary is going to have to carry the team in a huge way if we want to win 3 or 4 of those next 5 games. And honestly, looking at the schedule, I believe we can go 4-1 over the next 5. At the very least, 3-2. This is a defense that can make that happen. So now I've got to ask you, Falcons fans, which defensive unit has impressed you the most so far this season? Drop it in the comments right now. Let's hear your thoughts. Because this defense is the heartbeat of our team, and it's about to get even stronger. Falcons fans, I need to hear from you. What defensive unit has impressed you the most so far this season? Drop it in the comments right now, because this team is building something special, and it all starts on the defensive side of the ball. Now, let's talk about something huge. The Falcons are number 1 in the entire NFL in blitz percentage. Yes, you heard that right. Jeff Albrecht is bringing the heat like nobody else. On 41.5% of snaps, this defense is sending extra pressure, forcing quarterbacks to make mistakes and giving our secondary a chance to shine. At first glance, some might see this and worry. If we're blitzing so much but only have 10 sacks, ranked 18th in the league, is this really working? But here's the thing, Falcons fans know better than anyone. Just a couple of seasons ago, we were dead last in sacks, struggling every week to get pressure. Now, 18th in the league may not sound flashy, but for this team, it's a huge improvement, and it's only going to get better. Why? Because this is a brand new, hungry, and talented defensive unit. Leonard Floyd, James Pierce Jr., Jalen Walker, and Devin Diablo, these are the young guns leading our pass rush. Some of them are rookies, some are learning a brand new system under Jeff Albrecht, and all of them are hungry to prove themselves. They haven't had a chance to fully gel yet, but the trust Albrecht is showing in these players is massive. He's saying, "We're going to blitz. We're going to attack. We're going to make life impossible for opposing quarterbacks." And that aggressive mindset is already paying off. Even with the team still learning how to hit their stride, the Falcons are creating chaos for offenses, making quarterbacks nervous, and showing flashes of what could be a dominant, relentless defense. Imagine what happens when these players fully sync with Albrecht's system. This blitz-heavy style isn't just a strategy, it's a statement. The Falcons are coming, and they are not afraid to take risks to win. So here's my question for you, Dirty Birds fans. How confident are you in this defense to dominate the next 5 games? Are they the heartbeat of a team that can shock the league, or do you see growing pains ahead? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear every single take, because this defense is about to write the next chapter in Falcons history. Falcons fans, you need to hear this. Our defense isn't just good. It's downright scary for opposing quarterbacks. Right now, the Falcons are allowing only a 78.3 passer rating, which ranks 4th in the entire NFL. Let me say that again, 4th in the NFL. Quarterbacks facing Atlanta are struggling every single play. And it doesn't stop there. The Falcons allow only 4.8% of explosive plays. That's top 10 in the league. And while we might not always finish with a sack, we're still applying insane pressure, with a 39.5% pressure rate, ranking 11th. That means every time a quarterback drops back, the Falcons are in his face, making his life miserable. They're forcing mistakes, disrupting timing, and setting the tone for every single game. Here's the key takeaway. If the Falcons' offense can just find a little rhythm, any rhythm, this team can win a ton of games. Look at the schedule. Even if we fall to the Buffalo Bills and go 2-3, the rest of the matchups are winnable. The 49ers? We can beat them, especially if their QB is banged up. The Dolphins? Absolutely. The Patriots? Toss up, but we have a real shot. Even the Colts, who've looked strong, showed weaknesses against top defenses. Daniel Jones struggled against the Rams last week. Looking at everything, the stats, the eye test, the effort on every snap, it's clear, this Falcons team has a new identity. Led by Jeff Albrecht's defense, we are now a team that relies on defense first. And when the offense starts clicking, this team can beat anyone in the league. Period. Mic drop. This isn't the same Falcons we've seen in recent seasons. This is a gritty, aggressive team that attacks every play, never backs down, and forces opponents to respect them. For fans who have waited for a return to toughness, this is refreshing. This is a defense-driven team with heart, fire, and the kind of identity that can carry a season. So, Falcons fans, I've got to ask you, do you see this new identity? Are we finally a team built to compete, fight, and win consistently? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear it all, because right now, the Falcons are showing the league exactly who they are.